I'm not the type of guy who drives through the Australian Outback. Hell, I'm not even the kind of guy who leaves the city. And after what happened, I wish I never did. City life is all I ever knew. The hum of traffic at 3 in the morning. But everything's different now. I'm freshly divorced. My wife, she took everything. The house, the kids, the savings, even the damn dog. She says I have a drinking problem. Maybe she's right. Maybe cracking open a cold one after work turned into something more. I don't know. All I know is, I still miss her. I miss my kids. I miss the life that I used to have. Lately I've been trying to drag myself out of this pit I've fallen into. I figured if I stayed in my apartment any longer, I'd rot in it. So when I got a Facebook notification from a cousin I hadn't seen in years, an invitation to her wedding, I thought, why not? A change of scenery, a reason to breathe. I hit going without a second thought. The bride was a cousin I hadn't seen in years. I contacted her brother. Well, he offered to let me crash at his place for a couple of nights before the wedding. It sounded decent enough. A chance to reconnect. Maybe drink less. Maybe drink more. I guess more importantly, be around people who remember me before I turn into what I am now. Only one thing gave me a pause. That side of the family? They live way out in the countryside, and I'm talking about long, empty stretches of road, where you can drive for hours without seeing a single soul. Just dust, heat, and silence. Until you reach that small town they call home. 2 days before the wedding, after a day of work, I packed a bag, fueled up my car, and pointed it towards the horizon. I didn't know it then, but I wasn't just driving into the Outback. I was driving straight into a nightmare. I hadn't seen another car in hours. Just kilometers of asphalt, stretching endlessly ahead of me. Road signs rusted, and half swallowed by dust. And silhouettes of gnarled trees crawling at the night sky. My high beams cut through the darkness. The only thing anchoring me to reality was the same few songs playing on loop. There was something comforting about it, driving forward into the darkness, like I was leaving all the wreckage of my old life behind me. For a moment, I even smiled. But then suddenly, a sickening, wet thud against my windshield. The glass exploded into a smear of red. Thick blood, mixed with chunks of something. Fur. My hands gripped the wheel. I slammed the brakes. My tires screeched against the road, and the car skidded to a shaky stop. I sat frozen for a second, my heart pounding. Then I reached for the wipers. They dragged across the windshield with a slow smearing screech, pushing away the blood just enough for me to see again. The road ahead was empty. Nothing in sight. I glanced at my phone. No reception. Figures. With a deep breath, I opened the door and stepped out. The stench hit me instantly. It was thick, putrid, a rotting animalistic stench that clawed its way down my throat and made me gag. I covered my face and turned toward the side of the road. That's when I saw it. A large kangaroo, or what was left of one. It wasn't fresh, not even close. The fur was filthy, soaked with dry blood and bits of something that looked like flies, maybe maggots. Its body was twisted in a way like something had broken it, then rearranged it. This wasn't just roadkill. This was something that had been dead for days. So how the hell did I hit it? Why had I hit it like it just came out in front of me? Something about it just didn't feel right. And standing there, surrounded by silence and the stink of death, I realized I was vulnerable. Chill crept up my spine. I tried to shake it off. Tried to convince myself it was just adrenaline. Just nerves after slamming into a dead kangaroo. But then I heard it. At first, it was so faint. I almost missed it. But once I calmed down, once I stopped and really listened, I couldn't unhear it. Breathing, deep, heavy, and deliberate. Something was out there, just beyond the reach of my headlights, on the other side of the road, hidden in the dark. It was big, not just loud breathing big, massive. Whatever it was, its breath rumbled through the air. I could feel it vibrating in my chest. Nothing in the Outback should make that kind of noise. No animal out there should sound like that. Not a dingo, not a kangaroo, not even a damn bull. This was different. I just stood there, frozen. Every part of me screamed to get back in the car, but I couldn't move. I just stared into the darkness. Heart pounding, mouth dry, trying to see it, whatever it was. But the darkness held it like a secret, and it was still breathing, waiting, watching. It was getting closer. I couldn't see it. I didn't hear any footsteps, but I felt it. That creeping sensation. My instinct screamed. It was moving towards me, just out of reach beyond the glare of my headlights. I strained my eyes, trying to pierce that black wall ahead. But the Outback swallows light. Everything outside those beams was just gone. Whatever was out there, it knew exactly how to stay unseen. And then my stomach dropped. That was all it took. I didn't think, I just moved. I turned and dove into my car. Slammed the door, locked it in a heartbeat. My hands shaking. I floored it. Tires squealing. But I didn't get far. Something in me needed to know. I needed to stop. To convince myself I was wrong. That everything was just in my head. So I hit the brakes. The red glow from my taillights spilled into the road behind me. I turned and I saw it. A shape. A massive, hulking silhouette standing right where my car had just been. Broad, towering shoulders like tree trunks. Its body was hard to make out, but its eyes caught the brake lights, reflective, watching. It stayed for a moment, then moved backwards, slipping into the darkness, like it had never been there at all. It was gone. I floored it, and didn't let off until I saw the dull, neon glow of a service station nearly half an hour later. I pulled in around the back, yanked off my shirt, and used a garden tap to scrub off the blood from my car. I guess you could say I was lucky no one saw me out there. Anyone passing by would have thought I plowed through a family of 4. The rest of the drive was spent trying to convince myself I imagined it all. Maybe the shape was a trick of the light. Maybe the breathing was just a noise from the car. Maybe I was just tired. But I kept coming back to one thing. That kangaroo. It was rotting. Decomposed. It had been for days. I felt the impact of it hitting my car. Unless something threw it. Something threw it at my car. But what kind of thing could throw a rotting kangaroo of that size through the air? Could it have been that thing I saw? If it was that thing, and it did throw the kangaroo, then why? Did it want me to stop? Did it use that rotting kangaroo as bait to get me out of my car? But even if that was the case, that only proves that the thing I saw that night was real. I don't have answers, just more questions, and a stain in my memory I can't shake, a shape I can't unsee. I haven't told anyone about it. They just call me a drunk. That I imagined it. That I'm losing my mind. Maybe I am. But one thing's for sure. I'm never driving through the Outback alone at night. Ever again. The city is where I belong. At least I know what to be afraid of there.